Well, hello, and welcome to the Legacy Insights podcast. This is episode number 5, bonus episode. And I'm telling you, we have got the nuggets for you today. I am your host, Mov'n Mike. This episode 5, bonus episode. We're here to discuss entrepreneurship and the financial strategies to guide you to your goals and dreams. Simply put, we provide insight to get your mind and your money right. So it's time to let's get smarter. Listen, I got my trusty show notes here, and we're going to dive right on in. You know, my guest is a 5-time Asbury Park Press, Gannett News, and U.S. Today Photographer of the Year. He has had the honor of photographing people, places, things, and ideas for over 25 years. 25 years. He's a bona fide classical jazz pianist, also playing the saxophone and the drums since the 4th grade. You hear me now? 4th grade. He is a father of 2 U.S. Marines, Dante and Darius Love, and a grandfather of 2 girls via his oldest daughter, Marissa. I want to welcome my good friend to the Legacy Insights podcast, D Love.
Nice. Great introduction. I appreciate that. Wow.
Well, you deserve it, man. 25 years, man.
Well, I've been doing it a long time.
Doing it a long time.
A little means a lot.
All right, man. All right. Well, you know, I just shared with you, right? When it's all said and done, you better have done more than you said.
Yeah, about that. That's the truth.
All right, man. All right. Well, so welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it. Mov'n Money, Mike. I appreciate it.
Oh,
this
man.
is awesome.
Yeah. You know, this is season 2 of the Legacy Insights podcast.
Okay. All right.
And I just want to share with the people real quick.
Okay.
If you're tuning in today, you've got to go to the Legacy Insights podcast on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, tap in with me. Make sure that you share this episode with your friends and family, because what D Love is going to be dropping today is going to be monumental. So let's jump right into this thing. All right. You ready?
Set go.
Let's go, man. Right. You know, and see, I want to get a little background.
Okay. All right.
You know, that little story back there. So
right.
I got my trusty show notes here, man. So, you know,
okay.
You said nothing was off the table. So
you got the table.
All right, here we go. All right. All right. So before you became an entrepreneur, before the photographer, before the energy specialist, who were you?
Yeah. So born and raised here in Asbury Park.
Mm-hmm.
Went to school at Bangs Avenue, middle school, high school, went on to college. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I wanted to do something with my photography. And I also knew that I wanted to do something in the medical field, with my mother being sick.
Yeah.
And I got a chance and opportunity to do that. I got accepted to all 3 R's, the Rutgers, Rider, and Rowan University. And I wind up choosing Rowan. Rutgers was just a number. It was so big, me coming from a small town, a lot of numbers at Rutgers. Rider just wasn't right at the time, but I wind up going to all 3 in some way, shape, or form.
Wow, that's interesting.
And it was very interesting. So from 1995 to 1998, I went to Rowan University and I studied medicine there.
Okay.
I went there for 3.5 years until my mother's untimely death. In 1999, she passed away at the age of 53 on January 25th.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Yep.
And, you know, I came back home for a year and I helped her with everything she needed. She had the asthma, the COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And my whole goal was to become her doctor, her physician. Because she always told me, you can't tell me nothing. You're not my doctor. So I said, okay, all right. I'll go to school for medicine and see if that'll do it. Mm-hmm. But she passed away, and I got an opportunity then to go to Rider University's Minority Journalism Workshop. Mm-hmm. And at this workshop is where I was taught photography formally, what to do, how to do it. Mm-hmm. And they wind up calling me back to teach. While I was a student at Rowan, I was also a teacher of photography at Rider University through this journalism workshop.
Okay.
And I did that for about a year. And then once that happened, I went right to work afterwards and started my career in photography.
Awesome. Because you answered like quite a few questions already, because I was going to ask you what shaped you, you know, the trials and tribulations that built your discipline.
Right.
And so like, man, you firing all cylinders right here, right? And you know, I was going to ask you about those defining moments, and you know, and you touched on it, that your mom, right, and see, you know, that's that trial by fire. That's that trial by fire. You've got these things going on in your life. You're trying to develop into the young man that you were. You know, you're looking for your path. You're getting your education, and then life happens.
Right. That definitely happened with her. She was living there in Stephen Manor, growing up there. She was the first person to move into Building E. And, you know, I lived there with her and my father for many years. And her last 10 years, she was on oxygen. And this is when I kind of went back and forth to Rowan University to see if I could kind of help her and go to school. And then after she had passed, this Rider University opportunity came up in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, and I took it. And then the photography kind of got on a roll with me of what to do and how to do it.
Interesting.
In high school, I read a book. The name of the book was How to Make $25,000 part-time with Your Photography Business.
Okay.
And my mother kept my books. And I made $26,500. I was a sophomore at Rowan University. I wasn't going to class. I was in clubs. I was paying for everybody, and you know, it was just crazy. I remember one time I left my ID, so they left me in the car, you know. And my mother just kept my books. I was taking pictures of the president of the school. He had his family come. He was from Africa at the time, and he had his family come. I did a family portrait for him. I was photographing teachers, students, staff, other faculty members. And it kind of, I was the photographer for the newspaper there. Did that for many moons. And then, you know, I kind of branched out on my own once they heard I was coming there. But it was a real blessing.
Yeah, it's, you know what, I'm telling you, when I said you're firing on all cylinders, I mean that, right? Because my next question was really, when did photography shift from being a skill to a business?
Yeah.
And so you hit on that, right? When you were in school, you started making this money.
Yeah.
Right? And you didn't know what it was going to and building into, but it started morphing on its own. Right. And then like next thing you got 26K. And that went away. So let me ask you this.
I didn't know what to do with it. I was just spending money left and right.
So what fears did you have about, you know, charging people for your creativity? What fears did you have about
Well, once I got into the realm of doing this as a profession, you know, my father had the cameras around during my high school years.
Yeah.
And I used to take the camera and just put it around my neck. And when you do that, you brand yourself. And this was, you know, in the early 90s. There was no Facebook or Instagram. But I was doing my own photo of the week. I would have an album. And people will remember this. I would have an album of images that I took of women, men, anybody during the week. And I would give them, I would show them that they are now photo of the week, photo of the day. And
I think I remember that.
As I would show these pictures in this album, that would get me business on the outside. And every day I went to school, I had a shirt and a tie on. I didn't look like the rest of the kids. Because I knew that if I wanted to do this for a living and charge people, I couldn't look like I was their child. I had to look like the professional I wanted to become.
All right, now.
So that image was very important to me. And my father, instead of going to the Mama Mall and all these different other places at the time to purchase clothes for me, we went to Mr. Fashions every week and got a shirt and a tie to put on to have that look for the week.
Now, I want y'all to hear this now, right? He's dropping some gems. He's got to look the part, right? This is a man with 25 years of experience. He's dropping gems. He's got to look the part before he's actually arrived.
Right.
And he's going to Mr. Fashion.
Yeah.
Now if anybody know who Mr. Fashion was and where he stood in this community,
right,
that should tell you Mr. Fashion right there. So D Love was looking sharp. He was looking sharp. So that entrepreneurial leap, what was the hardest part about becoming your own boss?
Managing my time. So that kind of was the hardest part for me, managing my time, what to do and how to do it. This is pre having children. You know, me not having any kids for a very long time. All the people that I was working with, they had kids already. You know, I didn't have children until I was almost 30 years old. So all of that kind of managed itself out. But my first thing that was giving me issues was managing my time and learning how to adapt and get my skill set together to where my time was in alignment with what I was doing.
And see, and I want to just share, right? Managing that time, right? You're you know, I don't know if you're still in school and you're starting with this. You're probably working as well.
Yeah, I was working. Right? I had a part-time job. I was working actually for UPS at the time. And that was right after school, right after my mom. I was working at UPS. I went from UPS to Staples and West Long Branch when that was open over there. It's closed now. And they were the first to hire me right after my mother passed. So I started working there, and I worked there for 2 years. My father took me to work there at Staples for a long time, and that kind of taught me a couple things, all the way up and until I started having kids and started working for Amazon.
Okay.
And
wearing multiple hats.
Yeah, wearing multiple hats. And I chose the job at Amazon because Amazon showed us how to take our thought process from the brick and mortar to click and order. Right? Brick and mortar to click and order. That was a gym.
That was a gym. He just dropped the nuggets.
Right.
Brick and mortar to click and order.
Because it took a lot of mom and pop shops out. And now it's going for the big boys. Walmart.
Yeah.
Right? They sell everything from A to Z. The only thing they don't sell are live animals.
Okay.
Everything else is up for sale on there. They started out with books, just like I started out with pictures.
Exactly. Wow. Yep. So that creativity, you got to get the accounting and the marketing.
Right.
So wearing those multiple hats, how did you manage that part? Right, you had the creativity.
Right,
you're clicking. You're a shutterbug. You're doing that thing. You know, you're getting customers. They loving your work. How did you handle the accounting and the marketing?
So when I mentioned Mr. Fashion, across from there was a guy by the name of Mr. Newmare. Mr. Newmare had a photo studio there, and he would take me. I won a contest in high school. And I got a chance to work with him side by side and follow how he photographed people and how he charged people. And he started out as an aerial photographer. He was taking pictures in helicopters and different airplanes and really getting shots from above. And then he would come home and do the portraits and weddings on the weekends. And he kind of taught me about the photography business side, what to charge, why, and once I kind of got that feeling of what to do and how to charge people, that helped me out. But he had passed away, and Lord beheld that I somehow started in alignment with a business where I was showing people about finance and asset management. And that was the turning point for money with me.
Okay, awesome. Because that's a great segue. Great segue. Because, see, not only does D Love have that complete entrepreneurial spirit, he has a complete portfolio of businesses that he operates in, right? And I want you to take notice of the pathway of prosperity logo that is on his chest, because now I'm going to shift over to the energy side, right? So for those of you who are out there, right, she talked about where he came from, the learning, the growth, and then the mentorship that he needed to start to evolve. So those of you who are coming along, right, do not discount membership. Mentorship.
Right.
And that requires a membership too. So you got to pay.
It's who you know.
It's who you know. That's right. They say your network is your net worth.
That's right. Especially now. So make sure that you get that mentor. Right. This is going to help you to elevate. It's one of the 6 pillars. That's the second pillar in the legacy framework. Right. So the energy specialist, the work. So tell me, what does that mean? So, you do this area of energy. Tell me all about that. So we'll skip the line here and go to that. I'll just what happened was my father passed away about a year ago. And he was just a great inspiration, the first person to purchase an image off me, which told me what I had was of value. And when you start talking about that, let me say this that really kind of took me away. 2 things. The first thing I learned is that price is only an issue in the absence of value. It's the first gem I always want to go out at.
Look into the camera, please. Look into the camera.
That's a good one.
And say that again for our viewers.
That's someone who taught me that. Okay. That price is only an issue in the absence of value. So it's very important that you bring value to the table for whatever it is that you're doing. This is very important. So that kind of configured me into this business a little bit and trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. And last but not least, this is another thing that hit me. A guy told me one time, he said, Dwayne, make what you like to do your hobby, but make what the world does your business. And in high school, leading up to this, everybody was, oh, you're a great photographer. Go take your time, your skill set to, Asbury Park Press, go work for USA Today, go be a photographer for someone else. When I wanted to be a photographer for me. And, that's fine and dandy. And people like taking pictures, but we want to get into something that people do every day automatically without you. And one of those things that people do automatically without me is they use electricity.
Okay. So when you say energy, you're not talking about physical energy.
Right.
We're not talking about mental or spiritual performance.
Right.
Right. We're talking about the energy that we consume,
right,
as consumers in our homes, in our businesses, in our daily lives. Please go ahead.
Right, absolutely. So that's kind of like what hit me. I was introduced to this business via Facebook. Someone on Facebook saw me, kind of like showed me the information about it. I didn't really see what it was until I started doing my own due diligence. And I said, listen, if I can connect my income to something somebody does every day with or without me, and I'm not selling them anything, I'm telling them. I'm not selling, I'm telling. And I'm offering a discount on something you pay for every day already. Okay. I'm not changing a habit, I'm charging less for it. Okay. So there saw an opportunity. And we've been moving forward ever since. We currently have about 100 customers in 5 states. Okay. That's Baltimore, DC, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Ohio. Okay. Those are the 5 states.
And so with this opportunity in this business and in the energy sector, is it residential, commercial? Okay.
So we're able to do both. So we have residential. I say 30% of my customer base own homes. The 60 are mainly, people who have apartments. But there is a segment that also, out of those 30%, that people are business owners.
Okay.
And I didn't really start thinking business until the summer of last. And what happened to me, I walked into the new 7-Eleven not too far from here, and the owner of the 7-Eleven said to me, how you doing, Dwayne? Good to see you. You still doing photography? I said, yeah, I'm still doing photography, but I now have a an energy business where I'm helping people save money on their electric bills. And he said, I would love to give you my electric bill here at 7-Eleven, but the company pays for it. But I'll allow you and your partner to solicit in front of my business for the summer. You can come here on the weekends, whenever, get customers, solicit. And we did that. But he said, listen, I don't want you to leave here with just my 7-Eleven businesses. And I had to downgrade, Dwayne. I once owned 7, and now I own 2. He said, I want to be home for my mother that I got from another country to come live with me. And I want to be home with my grandkids and my wife. So that taught me something. People who earn a lot of money in this country don't necessarily have a lot of time.
Of course.
And the people who have a lot of time don't necessarily have a lot of money. But with energy, we can have both time and money, because it's not something we have to remind people to pay. It's something they do as a habit every single month. So he said, listen, I'm going to give you the number to corporate. I'm going to give you their email address. I'm going to give you the website and the person to call, to contact. And Lord behold, we kind of started a conversation with 7-Eleven. And now we have an opportunity to provide 7-Elevens throughout the state of New Jersey a savings on every 7-Eleven that they have. So what an opportunity. I came in thinking small, left thinking big.
There you go. So that is the insight to get your mind and your money right. It takes an entrepreneurial spirit like D Love is explaining to see the big picture and to start to grow into your vision, right? So you got to take that and take down these notes, okay? So my next question to you, D Love, is that mental resilience and discipline that you developed over time. What are some of the daily routines that you have to you have to perform to keep yourself accountable, to keep yourself going with you got the photography, you got the energy, you got these other things working. What is the daily routines that you have to go through?
Well, one of the things that I do every day is I take an account of what I did and what I want to do.
Okay.
So for what I did, I find out, I write it down. But for what I want to do the next day, I try to write it down, because once I write it down, it becomes something that is stable in my mind.
Okay.
I can see it, therefore I can read it, therefore I can believe it, and therefore it is true. So things usually are more mental than physical.
Okay. So
it becomes a habit. And I made it a habit of trying to figure out what I want to do on a daily task. Like I had the podcast here with you. I wrote that down. I put it in my phone. I reminded myself all the days leading up to this of what I had to do, the time that we have to do this in, what I have to do after this, and whatever I have cooking in the pot, because Valentine's Day is coming up. I got to photograph an event Saturday night. I'm in Newark. My son's going into Marines. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Okay. So all right. And I want to just jump on the segue of that too. That listen, he said he had to write down the fact that he was coming to the Legacy Insights podcast. So all of you listeners out there today, make sure that you write down a reminder to tune in to the Legacy Insights podcast. Go to the YouTube right now. Hit that subscribe button at the Legacy Insights podcast. Share this episode with your family and friends, because this is truly, truly a momentous opportunity for you to learn some things, right? You talked about your sons being in the Marines.
Yes.
Right? Supporting that military community. Why supporting the military is important to you?
Well, it all started back with my dad once again. My dad did 2 tours in Vietnam. Came home, they had me, and he did 25 years in the Army, National Guard, Fort Monmouth and Seagirt, 26 years as a high school custodian. So that's 50 years of service. And I went with him doing his drills every Saturday morning. And I would see him have people go do this, that, these, and those while I sat and ate breakfast.
Okay. All right.
And my father would instruct people on what needed to get done for the day. And that kind of showed me a little bit of a discipline that he had in his daily habits of what he was doing and how he was doing it. And then I started the habit of getting dressed up for school. He had me do that every day from high school. Yeah. So I wore a shirt and tie every day. And then I saw my father shine his shoes. I shined my shoes. And then just those small habits kind of got through there. I did not know that my children were going to go that way. I didn't know that Dante was going to choose that way, but he got serious about it. He got serious about it about his second year in high school. And when I knew he was serious is when I was driving to an event, and I was driving through Shrewsbury, Red Bank area, and I saw my son with a log on his head running, leading the group in the rain. Down the street with the rest of the 12 Marines behind him. And that told me that he is willing, ready, and able to go. And, you know, he led that pathway. And now my younger son, who's 18, he's going in right behind him. And what a legacy. What a legacy. We had 3 people in our family, you know, dedicate their lives to the military once my father passed away. We have another cousin of mine that is in the military. She's in the Navy. And she works in the Pentagon. She's not 35, no kids. Doing her thing in the Pentagon. And we're very proud of her. So it's a blessing.
Yeah, that is very honorable. That's honorable, notable to have achieved that level. Sons and your other relative out there in DC. Where's the Pentagon?
It's in the Virginia area.
That's right, the Virginia area.
Virginia area.
Right. Okay. All right. So that's the personal connection, family background, the values and the discipline and the service. You were exposed to all that early, shining in the shoes. Now that's
early.
You know, I had some floor shines. I didn't shine my shoes. I had some floor shines. Everybody know them floor shines, right? But I didn't shine no shoes. But I get you. I get it. Yeah, nice. You know, even though my dad was in the military too, he was an army veteran. So let me ask you this. You know, you've got these wonderful life experiences. What financial mistakes did you make early in business, and what did they teach you?
That's a good question. So, you know, you learn from your mistakes, and you try not to repeat them. All right. But sometimes God puts things that in front of you that you thought you learned, but you didn't. So one of the things I deal with, and I tell my kids, because my sons didn't want to go to college for whatever reason. And I told them that whatever you do in life, you have to learn it. Right. So, and I told them this: inside the word learn is the word earn. You can't do one without the other. If you're going to learn something, it's because you're sooner than later going to earn something. So I had to kind of start to dictate policy of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, and what I was going to do with the money that I had. Because when you work for yourself, you have less of an opportunity to go back and see, because the money's in front of you. There ain't no going back. So you got to use what's in front of you to move forward. So the mistakes that I made with money were often. You know, one of the mistakes that I say I made with money is not saving it in order to invest. And I think that that's one of the real mistakes we have as people of color in this country. We can't take chances on opportunities because we've neglected to save. Yeah, and that is so true. That is so true, D Love, because I this whole show was founded in teaching the concepts of dollars should have a destination, right? And money is a tool, right? And that it should be necessities over niceties. How about that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so all that you talked about, not saving, no emergency fund, poor budgeting,
Right.
right? That's what this show is all about. That's why you and I click the way we do, right? Because we're talking on the same wavelength.
We're reading from the same book.
Right. And you know, they say in the universe everything vibrates.
Right.
Right. And I don't know if you'll know this. I'm not a science teacher, right? But everything vibrates. We're all either in sync or out of sync with the world around us or people around us.
Right.
And we've got to realize that. Right. So there's a lot of syncing going on right now.
Absolutely.
Right. And I appreciate you, brother. I really do.
All right.
I really do. So that is truly there's something. So I want to talk to you about the power of the personal brand. Right. You know, how important is your personal brand in your today's economy?
So it's very important to brand yourself to where you want to go, not so much to where you're at. And just to back up a little bit about planning and branding. So we know that people don't plan on failing, they just fail to plan.
Yeah.
And when there's no plan in place, everything else starts to work against you. So we put a plan in place to mandate D Love's photos, silhouettes of you. And in high school it was one shot and I'll make you famous. Right. This is before Instagram, Facebook, everything. Because now everybody has a camera. So I had to set myself aside to be different than everybody else because everybody else got their phone and you know. So what is it that I'm going to do to show them that I am different? So I've taken that and portrayed it throughout my career. And now working for the press as I did at an internship and then working with the Minority Journalism Workshop of Rider University, we've kind of branded ourselves as D Love's Photos. So that now lets them know that, hey, we have somebody here that has 25 years of experience photographing people, places, things, and ideas.
Okay.
And that we can take to another frontier to show the clients that, hey, this is somebody who's been doing this for a long time. And he's also going to show you different outcomes of different images, how he's going to do it online. And I always ask the customer, what is it that you're looking for?
Okay.
Are you looking for framed images? Are you looking for digital? Do you want them just online? And you got to get them to sign a release because that's another thing too.
You know what? That's a great segue. That's a great segue because I was going to ask you what were some of the mistakes you made in branding and dealing with customers, right? Because we could always talk about success, right? But as we go through life, when we grow through life, right? There's going to be some pitfalls, some setbacks, and those are the things that we should be sharing with people so that they can keep right on moving. So if you could share some of those things that you've experienced.
Yeah, we've had some of those. Early on in my career, I got invited to go to an event. I think it was like in Little Silver, New Jersey. And there was a guy there that was he had some kind of a business where you have the youth coming in to take pictures for different Sweet 16s, or he would host these events, ballet, stuff like that. So he needed a photographer. He reached out, and myself and my father at the time, we went to his event. And the next day I got home, I happened to see this guy, same guy, see his face on America's Most Wanted.
Wow.
I said, Dad, you gotta see this same guy we went to go see yesterday. And he said, man, that guy does look familiar. He was on, and that following week he was arrested.
Whoa.
So that would have been a pitfall of us going down there, messing with this guy that wind up, being one of America's Most Wanted.
Wow.
So you really have to research the people you're choosing to go into business with and what they're doing and why they're doing it. Because you never know.
You just never know.
You never know.
You never know. All All right, y'all. You know, some things that you should not do.
It's going business with somebody from America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what? Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
because
well,
you know, a lot of people,
crazy.
you know, they don't do their research.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will just take the face value. Hey, this guy, this person, they're popping right now. Let me do something with them and not know their backstory. Right. It is so hard to correct what went off the rails.
Right. Yeah.
It is so hard, right? And you know, we work hard, we work diligent, and you know, and the last thing we need to do is not do our due diligence,
right?
Not and see with whom we're dealing with,
right?
And it's not a bad thing to take some personal inventory and others' inventory either. So that's that's truly something to live by. I do want to ask you this, right? This is a legacy question. Okay. If your children or future generations described your legacy in one sentence, what would you want it to say about you? Now, I'm gonna give you a little direction.
Okay.
Wealth, impact, discipline, integrity, or service.
So, what I would want my kids to say about it? What is it?
Yeah, in future generations.
Future generations.
Of course.
You know, that I provided a service that gave value to the community, regardless of what is it that I was selling, if it was energy, photography, finance, asset management, coffee, you know, whatever opportunity that I found, it was for the betterment of where I lived.
Nice.
So if that could be the legacy, you know, off camera, we talked about between that dot between us, you know, when you were born and when you die, what did you leave in between there that people can see your legacy of what you did and how you did it. And it's also about your branding. What you know, it's important that people know who you are, what you do. People always, hey, D Love, you still taking pictures? Yeah, still taking pictures. You know, they're not saying, hey, D Love, you still stealing stuff? Nah, come on. You know, we know a lot of people who do that, but you know, it matters what they're calling you and what they're doing. So it matters.
Exactly, it matters.
Yes.
It matters. So that brings us home on the legacy front, right? And the insights. So, right, I've got some bonus rapid fire questions. All right. So this is for the fun of it, right? This is for the fun of it, right? So when you made your first $1,000 in business, how did it make you feel?
Oh, it made me feel great. First $1,000 night I had was at the down at the beach in Asbury, and my brother was with me. It was so crazy. Stone Pony. I was at the Stone Pony. I had $1,000 night, and it's so funny because my business partner didn't believe. He didn't want to be called the photo man, taking pictures and selling prints. He didn't want to be. He saw that as a negative connotation, you know. And I told him, "Hey, you make money. What are you talking about?" You know. But he didn't believe me until he was with me, and I had $1,000 night, Stone Pony, a long time ago.
Okay.
And I was taking pictures in there, and the guy only let me take pictures because he knew that I knew Mr. Fashion, and he knew Mr. Fashion. So he let me come in, make my money, and leave, and not charge me $1 million to come in there.
Wow.
And he was just like, next week, can you come again? Because the
people love
the people liked the pictures. You had your frames, your setup was good. You were kind to us. You know, come back again. And I had my first $1,000 night taking pictures at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Second question. Best investment you've ever made in yourself?
Well, wow. So I've had a lot of investments I've made in myself, but okay. So one of the best investments I made in myself would probably be what my dad bought back and what he bought. So my dad bought me the whole kit and caboodle of Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad book.
All right.
So I had all of his books, and those kind of changed my life on how money works and how I can get my businesses in alignment to what it is I want to do, and how I can get money to work for me and me not be working so much for the money.
All right.
You know, so that investment that my father made in me was crucial because he started buying property after that in Georgia. And, you know, I just went on this whole Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad whole kick and read all his books. And still to this day, I'm following him online. I listen to what he has to say. And his brand is strong.
Right. And when I say that this guy's he's firing on all cylinders, I do mean that because the next question was one book that changed your mindset, and he just said it. Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series. I've read it myself.
Yeah, great.
You know, the cash flow quadrant.
Cash flow quadrant.
Yeah, the money. Right. Real estate books. I read them. Next question. One habit killing people's dreams.
Oh man. I tell people, and my father said this before he passed away, that your health is your first wealth. And when I'm pointing at you, you got three pointing back at me.
All right.
So I'm talking to myself as well as the audience here. Your health is your first wealth. You have to really think about what it is that you're putting in your body, you know, what you're eating, you know, this weight loss thing that's going on, you know. We've had some people die from this stuff. So you got to kind of watch out what you're putting in your body here. But you know, it's 80%. The workout is really at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
What you're putting in your body versus the 20% workout. So it's an 80-20 kind of thing going on with that. I think that is really what the smoking. That's one thing I pride myself on. I don't smoke. I barely drink. But I do not smoke anything at all. And I don't put pills, crazy stuff. If it's not a Tylenol, that's probably as far as I go. You know, I don't allow smokers to be around my children. My children don't smoke.
Okay.
You know, and then we all had asthma because my mother had upper respiratory.
Okay.
And that's one thing that I would tell people, that your health is your first wealth. What you put in is what you get out. But more importantly, you know, don't use and abuse what you have.
Okay.
Because you only get one of these.
You only get one.
That's it.
I tell people that all the time. You only get one of these.
That's it.
You better do it right.
That's it.
All right. Last question. Define legacy in one word.
So define legacy in one word. So I would say legacy is time. What are you doing with your time? You know, it's one of those things that we don't get to make. And I tell people all the time, I can always make more money, but I can't make more time. They're not giving that out. And you can either, you know, invest time or you can waste it. So those two things are important. And I think that the time that we spent here has been an investment of the present in the future. Last but not least, there are three things. Most people in this world have a 9 to 5. And it used to be the 9 to 5 to age 65. Now it's age 75. And then they have people who, like my father and myself, who have had a career doing something for 20 plus years or more. And then you have people who are working in their calling. So you have the 9 to 5. You have those who are, you know, career, and then you have people who are working in their calling. And what is it that you are called to do? It's obvious that Michael Jordan was called to do something in the basketball arena. Obvious that Oprah Winfrey, media. So what is it that you were called to do? Because if you work in your calling, you'll never have a problem coming and going and spending your time to build your legacy.
Awesome. And you know, I'm just going to share with you. You know, I did a previous episode. 3 days in any person's life. The main 3 days in any person's life, and it was the day you're born, the day you figured out why you were born, and then the day you decided to share your gift with the world.
Look at that. I like that.
See, because once you were born, that was a great day.
Right. That happened.
And then when you figured out what is this all about?
Right.
you can keep going. And then we all have gifts.
Right.
We all have gifts. We just got to find out what it is.
Right.
And that's in that self-discovery.
And most don't like working in that gift. Right. They don't get a chance to do that till later in life they figure it out. Mm-hmm. I would just happen to figure it out early to kind of figure out that I wanted to be in business. Photography was just one avenue. But I didn't want people to put me in a box. Mm-hmm. People do that real quick. Oh, D-Love, he's just a photographer. Yeah. No, I own a business which owns systems, and one of those systems is photography. Right. Well, and I learned that from the whole thing I told you, just that people kind of put you in this box to think that you're just that, and they make you want to make your hobby is something you like to do, but you want to make what people do every day your business. So you don't have to worry about money as much because it's something that happens, it's out of habit that the country and the world does and produces on a daily basis. Right.
And thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people miss that, and they. And if they don't want to do what the world does, because there's some people who don't want to just do what the world does.
Right, sure.
But for those of you who are looking to find out what your gift is, it is the thing that you do with the least amount of effort and you do it well.
Right.
That is your creator-given gift. And we all have them. Some might be baking. Some might be talking.
Sure.
I talk real damn good.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. D does photography and energy really well, but his gift is giving back.
Right.
My gift is paying it forward. Right? Find out what your gift is. Please. Take time out to find out what your gift is and share it with the world. And I'm going to roll right into this next piece. D-Love has a really great opportunity and an event coming up that I want to share, right? It is the Full Gospel Temple of Praise at the United Christian Men's and Women's Fellowship.
Absolutely.
Embracing new seasons. See, there's always a new season. It's just whether it's the old ways won't open up new doors. So it's all about new seasons, right? So if you could you share something about and more about this event and tell people where they can take part in this event?
Yeah, well, one of the things that I wanted to focus on with my energy business with Think is I wanted to focus on one of the things we deal with is nonprofit organizations. Churches, soup kitchens, homeless shelters. These people are seeing less money.
Okay.
And they are in need of help with the different administrations that come through from the governor down. Less money is being there for them. So I'm trying to, I'm showing these people how to attach their income for these nonprofit organizations to electricity. So what if we could get a local church, a local nonprofit organization, and these churches already open up the doors to helping people with rental arrears, helping people pay a light bill, helping people with childcare. So what if we had those people in turn come aboard where the church helps them save on a bill they pay every month, which is their electric bill. And in turn, the proceeds from them helping go back to the nonprofit organization.
Okay.
So we're trying to get the nonprofit to think of how they raise funds in a different manner. So you see here, we're doing fundraising with AI through Think Energy.
Okay.
And then the second pillar is we're going to build a financial powerhouse, show them how to put their money to work when they are at work, and just building that basic foundation, life insurance, investments, and just having someone come in and talk about that to these people. And we're going to have this at a church. It's going to be in Somerset, New Jersey.
Okay.
And that's going to be Saturday, February 21st from 10 to 2 on Victor Street, 135 Victor Street. All are welcome. That's going to be, once again, Saturday, February 21st, 2026, 10 to 2. And the 3 pillars will be the fundraising with AI.
Okay.
The second thing we're going to talk about is building a financial powerhouse. No more GoFundMes.
Yep.
Nobody's going to fund your mistakes. Right?
Yeah.
And the third thing, engaging the youth through military service. Okay. I'm going to explain to them, along with the others that I'll have there. I'll have the Marines there. Who recruited my children.
Nice.
They're going to be coming to this event as well, and just showing them how we can engage the youth. So we're looking for the grandparents and the parents to bring their children 18 to 25.
Okay.
And to give them an opportunity, because we think of the opportunity for the military one way, but there's a whole plethora of opportunities that are done in the private sector that can be done in the public sector. Okay. And a good example of that is my son, Dante, has been in the Marines for 2 years. He's out of San Bernardino, California. And he's been out there for 2 years. And he came out there. He was instructing people to teach them how to swim. He was working on tanks, with diesel, all different types of trucks and things of that kind. But when he saw the government shutdown, he saw an opportunity. And he saw on TV that there were no, that there were no people to help with the airlines, flight controllers. So he's now going to school for the next 18 months to learn how to do that. So now he's changed his air traffic controller. Oh, wow. He'll be studying that down in Florida for the next 18 months. And those people make a lot of money.
They make a lot of money.
I make a lot of money in the military, and I make a lot of money out of the military. All right. And, the need for that is so crazy.
It's so high right now.
Yeah, it's so high for that because a lot of people who know what to do and how to do it are retiring.
Exactly.
So they need some new people to come in.
It was a big deal in the news within the last few months.
That we need this, and they're paying for this. And, people didn't want to come back to work because they weren't going to get paid, and a whole bunch of stuff was going on. But now we have it back into an alignment with the country. Then now my son wants to go and learn, get that trade, get that skill underneath his belt.
So you're going to have the AI fundraising, building a financial powerhouse, and engaging the youth through military service.
Yep, 18 to 25.
Sounds like a wonderful event.
Yep, and we want to kind of do this started here. And kind of duplicate this same system for a number of nonprofit organizations throughout New Jersey. Okay. Everybody needs those 3 things. Okay. They need finance, asset management. They need the fundraising opportunity. And then the youth that are there, 18 to 25-year-olds, need an option where structure is available.
Okay. Yes. Structure is huge. It's huge. Structure is huge. And that is a great way for me to bring about the fact that the Legacy Insights podcast has a legacies framework with 6 pillars involved. I'm telling you, we're going to be dropping the 6 pillars very soon. Right, we're just trying to get the last edits on that 6 pillars, the framework and the material, so we can drop that. There's a free resource that you can get your mind and your money right. So I really want you, just one more time before we wrap up. Is there anything else you want to share? Please, before we go, I want you to share the date and time for this event for those who are out there listening, right, who want to get this great information.
Absolutely.
Right? Bring their friends, family, all right, show up, right, to grow up, right? So, right, hey, right, you got to show up to grow up. So please, the information.
Yeah, once again, so it's going to be embracing a new season. We're telling them that old ways won't open new doors, right? So we want to change the way that we do fundraising. No more baking cookies and fish fries. We want something that's going to come in every month, regardless of someone else paying for something. We want to build a financial powerhouse. We'll have people there that deal in finance and asset management. And the third pillar will be engaging the youth through military service. We'll have recruiters there to talk to people who are between the ages of 18 and 25 that might not know what they want to do, but see an alignment of structure that might work for them inside the United States Marines.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah. And this will be on Saturday, February 21st. That'll be from 10 to 2. And the address is 135 Victor Street, Somerset, New Jersey. And this is Full Gospel Temple of Praise and United Christian and Men's Women's Fellowship. We'll all be in attendance.
Okay. Awesome.
So we have room for plenty. We'll have refreshments as well. It's only from 10 to 2. So, let's make some time for success.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. We love.
Great.
I really appreciate your time today.
No
coming
problem.
out, sharing your wealth of experience and your background. We really do appreciate the show. Really do. He's a friend of the show, y'all, and I'm just making sure that I'm at this event and bringing you the live action as it happens on the ground.
Yes.
Right? We're going to be, taking some shots and sharing them with you through social media. So please, if you get out to the event, great. We'd love to have you participate. Come get this great information. Put it to use. I talk to you all the time about financial IQ. That's the application of knowledge, right? Knowing is not enough anymore. Knowing enough. Literacy is fine and it's great, good, but it's not enough anymore. You got to do financial IQ. You got to apply it to your unique situation so that you can grow, right? With that, I'm your host, Mov'n Mike. This is D Love and it's entrepreneurship. Listen, we really do appreciate you, and I want to thank you for the privilege of your time. This is the Legacy Insights podcast. Hit us on YouTube, and that's our show for this evening. Thank you very much.